I've already looked at it, so I won't give it away.
We'll see what happens with that, but because of that, if they can just 2-star the other Town Hall 10 and take care of that Town Hall 9 with the remaining 5 attacks, that, I mean, pretty much sends them a ticket to the final, unless something crazy happens. But let's take a look at this replay right now. Hopefully we're able to throw it on the screen, but we do have it on the stream in front of us, and it's actually going to be a go-wee. That is insane.
Surprising army composition. Half a dozen balloons, and this had to be one of those attacks where you just had the golems just wander in and just absolutely tank for those witches and heroes.
Yeah, we can see it on our screen in front of us. Unfortunately, it's not on the big screens right now, so hopefully it makes its way there. But for the viewing audience back home, let's go ahead and check out the attack. We've got golems, P.E.K.K.A, witches. This is old school, man. This is back in 2014.
It really is. I mean, I can't even imagine how surprised Niall was to see this, because again, it has to do with the units getting tanked as they head in towards the door.
Okay, the one thing is this base right here is one of the bases that you see generally for multiplayer, where you have the big open compartments, but when it comes to war, this is totally susceptible to being 3-starred. And I've heard Niall talk about this base before. When you just have that giant core compartment, and then you get lucky with the golem splitting off to the side, some call it luck, some call it skill, then they can just totally make their way throughout the base. There's so many witches left, and even though he doesn't have an exit jump spell, those guys must have been strong enough to take out their base. There's only 3 cannons on that outside.
Yeah, look at the way the heroes have gone. The king is wrapped all the way around to the back end of that middle enclosure, and that right there is going to help the witches survive. That rage spell is also going to help them work their way out of that last wall. And look at the balloons coming in at the last second, as most of those defenses are pointed inwards, or their cannons. The balloons come in and wipe out those last defenses, and that's all the difference right there.
There's no wonder they're not showing it at the event right now, because this is rated R. This is disgusting. What the heck?
Oh my gosh, wow. That's a brilliant attack. That is a lot of fun to see from Niall. And he has 3-starred Lord Oliver as the Archer Queen wanders way off to the left, shooting out a wall. She is actually going to work her way towards the outside of the base and help with the cleanup here. But again, this is the most impressive attack we've seen all day, and could help determine the fate of this war.
Wow, that is absolutely incredible. I didn't get a chance to check the replay time whether or not it came down to the wire, but having that queen left at the end, how the heck are you supposed to plan as a Sweden 2-star on someone 3-starring your number 2 base? I do have to say, questionable base design for these types of wars, you know? This is pretty known fact that having these open bases, it can be susceptible to being 3-starred, but Niall, what an attack. And